Have you ever obsessed over some possibility and soon it appeared in your reality exactly as you had envisioned? Those seemingly random coincidences are something much more than mere chance. It's your imagination that brought them to life. All the greats in history understood the power of visualization. Napoleon spent hours before battles visualizing his glorious victories. Muhammad Ali walked into the ring knowing exactly how and in which round he would knock out his opponent. Nikola Tesla ran, tested, and perfected his inventions thousands of times in his mind before he ever touched a tool. The influence that visions have on physical reality is still being explored, but it is scientifically proven that the human brain cannot distinguish between what it sees in the mind and what it sees in reality. Neurochemically, it is the same. When you create a vivid and intense picture in your imagination and hold it in your mind day in and day out, you essentially reprogram your subconscious mind to believe it has already happened, and once it does, it makes you compelled to reiterate it in the physical world. With anything you might go after, you have to first create a detailed mental picture of it and marinate yourself in it until it proves real. Learn to master your vision, and reality will follow. The first step towards visualizing your desired reality is defining what it even means to you. See, you can be the most ambitious individual alive, but just wanting a lot doesn't make you special in any way. There are an awful lot of people who want an awful lot of things, but if you really look closer, they don't really know what they want. Most people only have some generalized, half-formed ideas. I want a good job. I want a nice car. I want a healthy relationship. All of this sounds nice, but successful visualization requires one thing in particular: clarity. Unless you know exactly what you want, why you want it, and how you want it, you cannot recreate it in your imagination and therefore materialize in the physical world. Answering those big questions is fundamental, but the real magic happens the moment you begin adding those little details to it. How you carry yourself, what's your posture, the way you speak, walk, and react. People surrounding you, conversations you have with them, and how they respond to your presence. The sound of the place, the scent in the air, the visuals appearing in front of your eyes. Create a whole list and keep adding new things to it. The more specific it is, the more real it will feel. Only when there is no confusion can you begin pre-living it on the mental level. Most internet gurus would encourage you to do a whole bunch of nonsense activities in order to be more spiritual. Complex vision boards, guided meditations, over-repetitive affirmations. But the truth is, the only thing you really need to visualize your desired reality is a clear mind. When your mind is stimulated, it closes itself to any form of guidance from the subconscious. When your mind is at peace, it is open, directive, and the intuition becomes stronger than ever. A chaotic mind is conditioned for consumption. A still mind is conditioned for creation. Out of all possible skills, the ability to be bored is something that will get you closer to your desired reality than anything else in the world. If greatness could be assigned to one particular source, it would be boredom. It's the time when you are bored you begin to question the very truths that keep the majority stuck. You can see through the illusions the physical reality tries to impose on you. You learn to dictate your internal state based on what you see in your mind rather than what you see with your eyes. The truth is, most of those techniques are nothing but shiny objects that only stimulate you even more. So long as you seek peace externally, you will never be able to have it internally. The only technique you will ever need is to sit down with your thoughts alone and simply do nothing. Be in complete silence for however much your mind needs to clear itself. Dwell into your mind and let all unfinished thoughts process themselves. Only when there is nothing bothering you any longer, when you are above the physical world constraints and you are fully at peace, can you close your eyes and quantum leap straight into your desired reality. Throughout millennia, every central religion encouraged the act of prayer. Whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, or Hinduism, they all include the element of dwelling into one's mind in one way or another. Jesus found clarity after retreating into the Judean desert for 40 days. The Prophet Muhammad received revelation in the solitude of the cave of Hira. Buddha reached spiritual awakening only after sitting motionless beneath the Bodhi tree. The real enlightenment comes the moment you realize that the true message of any of those religions was never about worshipping some external entities in churches or monasteries. The only temple you will ever need is your own mind. None of those stories was ever about worshipping anything outside of you, but realizing the divine power within you. In the purely esoteric understanding, prayer is not about asking for things, but seeing things. It's being able to create the mental equivalent of the desired scenario and dwell in it until the lines between imagination and reality blur. When you immerse yourself in a particular vision over and over again on the mental level, you condition your subconscious mind to operate from the point where it has already happened. The point lies in creating mental conditions where you no longer have to force yourself in any way to make it happen, but simply materialize what has already happened thousands of times before in your mind. The best moment to immerse yourself in visualizations is on the border between the conscious and the unconscious, half sleep, half awake. This is the state in which you still have conscious control over where you direct your mind, but it is already influenced by the guidance coming from the subconscious. Intuition is your most powerful tool. When you fall asleep visualizing your desired reality, your subconscious mind will create dreams based on it for the next couple of hours. The mood in which you go to sleep determines the mood in which you wake up. Therefore, the best way to fall asleep is while visualizing your desired reality. Unfortunately, the question what to visualize is the question only you can answer. Leonardo da Vinci would close his eyes and see his wildest inventions come alive. Kobe Bryant visualized himself getting in the flow and scoring hundreds of points per game. Arnold Schwarzenegger saw his body on the famous covers and posters. The product of your imagination has to be specifically tailored to you and your desired reality. The scene has to depict you in possession of a particular achievement, and preferably a person close to you acknowledging that fact. Once you find the one that triggers your emotional reaction, repeat it every night. After some time, your visualizations will become sharper, cleaner, and more detailed, while your emotional reactions will grow even more intense. Replay that scenario over and over again, and you will no longer have to force. You have already made it happen, and now you are just materializing the inevitable. If you are ready to take your game to the next level, I created an entire playbook containing everything you need to know to bridge the gap between imagination and execution. Based on the lives of figures who turned the most delusional visions into a reality, it will give you practical steps you can gradually follow.